Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm buzzing right now. Big game weekend, Friday, good energy. We're going to draft everything under the sun. We're going to start in the Pick'em streets. And I know I've said this before. Bear with me. Absolute lock of the century. The definitive Pick'em previews. The hottest picks going round. Let's run with it, gents. I'm feeling good about this one. I'm feeling good.
The more I've sat with it, the more the picks and the field and the script has really just kind of cleared itself in my mind palace. And
yeah,
I feel really, really good. I feel really good about some of these picks. And yeah, I mean, man, I've been really warming up to this big game as the week has gone on. And I also feel really good about some of my early drafts that I did. Like, I'm glad I got in early, man. And now we got these picks and these lines are up. And oh man, we're gonna win some money today or Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a shame that we have to wait till Sunday. But like Hockey Hooligan's saying, man, absolute stone cold locks around here. That's all we're building.
That's it. That's all we know, dude. That's
all we know.
I've only
Winners
ever known
just
locks.
win, man. Winners just win. Oh, man. Hey, I'd like to point it out to your attention that the second best party in Arizona this weekend is the Super Bowl because Waste Management's going on right now, and we got 2 Canadians atop the leaderboard.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, if one of those guys take it down, that place is going to be popping way harder because of the Canadians taking down Waste Management than the old Super Bowl win there. Mahomes can't party like those guys.
Good for them.
Adam Hadwin's going to have an absolute time.
They definitely are like failed hockey players, right? Like they wanted to be 100%. NHL players first, and then they're like, "Well, shit, I got this beautiful slap shot, but I don't got the dexterity on the ice, so I might as well get on the greens."
You're also gonna sound like a fraud when you said it when the probably figured that out when the round was suspended and not actually over. Jason Day leading, so no Canadians up top.
They still had good rounds. We'll give them.
Yeah. When the round got suspended, when
leading.
everybody else still had 8 holes left, and these guys were just still at the top, I was like, "Fuck yeah, score one for the good guys, baby, score one."
Yeah, good guys, let's go. And John just high fiving everybody on the street, like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Good guys, let's go."
Yeah, man. We had 3 up there. Nick Taylor was up there as well.
He's still up there. Yeah, they're tied for second. So I'm just giving you shit. Like they're tied for outright second together. But
I wish they had more like French Canadian names. That'd be great. But it's fine. We'll accept it.
Jean-Pierre Francois.
And now at the tee, Jean-Pierre. Yeah, just going. That's the guy at the Masters, just going like and now teeing off for the opening thing, and he just goes this long name.
Oh, love it. Let's build some slips. Let's do some drafts. Pete,
right off the bat, I do want to say, since we were on golf, I don't want to bury it because for everyone that won't stay until the shenanigans and the last ramble spiel for 5 minutes that we do, we are having a golf stream tonight. It is all things PGA best ball. We will even cover daily if you want to get into just evergreen strategy. I already have a bunch of things we're going to cover. We have the almighty sheet from baseball. John will not be joining us as he is busy, but we're trying to coerce Nez to get in there and get a little noob in there and see what we can do. But for sure, it'll be at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Again, we're covering all things Albatross, warm-up, and dailies, whatever we want to do. It'll be on the Badge Bros Unhinged channel. So the link is in the description. If anyone needs that, hit me up in Discord, Twitter. We'll get you set.
Love it. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. And I mean, 2 sharp guys talking some golf that have been in those streets for a minute here. I think for a lot of us, it's pretty fresh, but you guys have been doing the PGA stuff for a minute. So it'll be good.
Yeah. Baseball has been locked out a little bit, but he's doing the sheet and he's following along like a degen himself. So yeah, he's in there in spirit.
Yeah, Willis, I saw all the stuff going on in the Discord there and whatnot. Didn't really want to lead the show with it on such a glorious weekend like this with the big game and whatever. I understand mixed feelings about the situation. I understand that maybe a little more transparency in terms of like when the contest is pushed back, put out a disclaimer, whatever, that sort of thing. And I do understand the difference between, people chasing overlay and then people having thought they kind of got like rugged by the overlay or this sort of thing. But when we're talking like increments of like 15, 20 minutes of like draft window because tee times have been pushed back, for my money, it's just kind of like the amount of EV you're chasing per lineup is like an added like 80, 85 cents per entry. Like it's so minimal that it's like, if I think I could run the math on it, that it's like, it's not worth getting all like distraught about and butting heads with on one another. We can talk about, what they should do in the future and transparency in the future. But I don't know. Like we just didn't really want to hit on that. You guys could talk more.
Everything that needed to be said was said already.
Exactly.
in the Discord. It's not.
That's how I felt.
We don't need to rehash that shit.
Yeah,
if you want to see it, just go to the main channel on the Badge Bros and scroll up 5 messages. You'll see it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is a good point by Chip here. Hit that like button or you support Ben Simmons. I respect the hell out of that. I'm done with this guy. You know what? I'm done with Sharp too. I'm done with Sharp as well. Actually, okay, let's do this. So there's a very special pick'em. Well, there's 2 very special pick'ems. There's the boosted one with Mahomes, where regardless if you take the higher or lower on that total yardage line, you turn it into a 30x boost instead of a 20x boost. And then there's the Jalen Hurts one, which is just simply a free square. So we'll build out 2 separate ones here, one with each, right? Yeah.
Because you can't do both, which would be dope, but I don't think.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think you can.
Let's boost it up. Let's boost it up and then take the free square. Let's go, baby.
That'd be so sick.
Yeah. So I was looking at some of the fantasy points stuff because that's kind of where our best projections reside right now, and then kind of putting it, as juxtaposing, as the people might say, between the two there. What are some of the stuff that you guys have been looking at that you like? Let's start with the boosted one and start with Mahomes total yardage, and then think out some correlations that we like with that one. What would you guys be looking to add to, regardless if we took, we're not cowards, so we're taking the higher.
We gotta take the higher on the boost. Like, come on.
Not,
that would be hilarious. We come in here and just alpha play the under.
I'm not going 30x on the lower. What are we doing here?
Yeah, come on. Have some shame.
Yeah.
Have some pride.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so obviously with this, you got to look at some of the pass catchers, and I think you can easily just start off with Kelsey's over on the. So if you wanted to get direct correlation, it'd be the receiving yards, right? We're looking at yardage for Mahomes, so part of that would be, okay, well, Kelsey eclipses 79.5. I think that's a good start. I don't know if you guys feel differently, but I think that makes a lot of sense.
All I have in my head is just picture this.
So what you want, Justin Watson?
That's all. Justin Watson, Noah Gray, and he seems to be swapping back and forth between them. He just wants one of the backup tight end or one of the backup guys out there. But no, yeah, I just can't wait till we add one of them in there. That's the stone cold lock that everyone came for, is it not?
Like, yeah, that's true.
We need to know.
Justin Watson in every slip is the rule.
I'm not alone on this island anymore. I don't know if you guys saw Leone. He joined me. He's been there since the jump. He's
taking it a step further.
He was running around Vegas looking for 2 TD prop ads. I'm like, let's go, man. Let's go.
You guys are disgusting.
Yes, we are. It's kind of funny to see how sharp some of these prop lines from Underdog actually are, like the Kelsey one, and then ETR's mean projection is 15.2, and we're dealing with 15.15 as their higher lower, just pretty sharp stuff here. But I do think there are a couple to fall into, and I think a lot of the ones that you fall into are the less sexy ones, right? The most efficient ones are going to be these upper echelon talents, right? And then when we start going into those, the Noah Gray tier and the backup running back stuff, I think there's a little bit of Kenneth Gainwell value. I think there's a little bit of stuff like that. But sticking with the Mahomes one, if we're going higher on the total yardage, I do like, picking some pass catchers. let's build this one as a 5, so we take advantage of the full 30 boost there.
I'll say that adding in some rivals too there's some good rival lines that some people like. I feel like they're like, oh, I don't like, it's tougher to pick the rival per se, but like there's some pretty like there's like you would look at them and you'd go, huh, like I like that. Like I think Nez, you put in the Discord the Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes rushing yard one, and granted he had like a 30.5 like bump, but come on, like Jalen Hurts could get that in 2 runs where Patty's on the ankle. So like things like that, when you play narratives, I like looking at those and adding those into I've been honestly just doing rivals 3 picks, and those have been somewhat profitable. Just testing those out. But yeah, sorry, I just throw that in there.
Let's do a rivals one right after this, or we can mix in some rivals with this one if you think there's a good one that fits what you guys are seeing on your screen there.
I think, like we said, Kelsey's yardage just correlates
so nicely with the Mahomes one. Yeah. Yep. I like that so far. I think we would add one more pass catcher just because the total yardage is a pretty high number. Like this 3, we're basically saying this is all through the air, because with the bum ankle and the fact that like, he runs a little bit in big game scenarios and stuff, but it's usually in a scrambling capacity. Like what could we add in terms of like Mahomes' rushing yards? Like 15.5, like something like that. I mean, I bet they already have a number here. Yeah, it's 18.5. I mean, that seems a little high to me, but what the hell do I know? But good starting point here. I'm really warming up to a lot of smart people saying a lot of nice things about Juju. Just in terms of like the best winnable spot on the field versus the Eagles is the slot versus Avonte Maddox. So I mean, I think that directly applies to Kelsey when they go with like 5 DBs on the field and that sort of thing, and maybe Kelsey sees some of that, but I think Kelsey will see a lot of kind of like bracketed stuff, like chip off the line and then secondary coverage. But I kind of like what I'm seeing with Juju, and I wouldn't mind adding him in here. But if you guys have other ideas or other players, you know where my eyes are scrolling to right now.
And that's, what are you thinking here? I know you threw out Kelsey, but I mean, you're the pick'em guy. You're the spread. You're out there checking lines, scouring sites, finding the most plus EV bets. So
trying. I feel conflicted with the Justin Watson stuff, with Tony being healthy, Juju being healthy, MVS coming off a big game. It feels really, really thin to me. I don't love it with the boost. Honestly, I think Juju does make a lot of sense, though.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, full practice yesterday. Feels like my man's gonna be back at full strength there, right?
Yeah. So I would like to add him to this.
Okay, so let's add Juju. And just be like, this is how this game runs through. Mahomes through the slot, getting both these guys. Do we like the receptions, or do we like the fantasy points, or do we like? I'm curious to see what the fantasy points look like. 8.4 from ETR with a ceiling of 14.6, which like that ceiling feels a little low to me.
I mean, maybe just receiving yards if you want to go just like direct correlation.
Yep. I'm good with that. I think there's a pretty nice, obvious run back to this, in my opinion, if we're building out a little story here, and it's the Kenneth Gainwell over 11.5 receiving yards on the other side, being like, we paint the narrative of Mahomes gets out early, they throw for a bunch of yardage, and now they're playing trailing catch up, and it's the Kenneth Gainwell show on third downs, on like 2-minute drill, stuff like that. What do you guys think about that?
I like it. I think it fits. I don't know, when it comes to these running backs, it feels like you're hoping that you get lucky in the variant. For me, it just seems like that. Like you don't know really what's going to happen. Although you would think that the Gainwell over 11.5 receiving yards. My donkey brain would be like, all right, now just get 2 like a Hurts and a pass catcher, something like that, and just say like, this is the best game. They're going to go through the best players. That would be my like brain, but I totally get the Gainwell play.
Yeah,
Yes?
Gainwell plays fine with me. I think he's been getting some decent usage. One thing that we have been talking about this week, though, like, is just as like a knock against it is like if this is a close game, is Miles Sanders going to see increased usage?
Mm-hmm.
But he's not really used as a receiver like at all. And I think Gainwell has kind of established himself as the receiving back.
Yep.
And with the story we're telling here, I think Gainwell over the receiving yards makes sense here.
Okay. Yeah, I tend to agree there. I do like Miles Sanders like as like in a different game script than this in a tight ball game. I think Miles Sanders like fits this concept better, I guess. But like Gainwell in like the narrative which we're painting with this slip makes a lot more sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now, do we want to leave it at 4, or we're not cowards and we're going straight for that 30x, right?
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah. We have no choice.
I mean, I'm not honestly. I'm gonna be straight with the people. I'm not gonna feel anything if I hit a 15x. It's gotta be 30x. It's my rule. It's my rule. I'm not. This isn't even gonna move the needle for me. I'm looking to get 6 to midnight on this pick'em, and the only way we're doing that is if we get 30x out here.
That's the
like
only
we're not
way.
stopping.
That's the only way. So I think to me, after this, the way to do it is over Hurts fantasy points. But just keep it simple.
Okay.
This is going to be a good game. This
Okay.
team succeeds through Jalen Hurts, like straight up.
Okay.
It does. And we've already got Gainwell over on the receiving yards. So that is the story we're telling ourselves is he's going to be involved.
Mhm.
And as in like it's going to be a more passing volume, which means more scramble opportunities for Jalen Hurts. I think over on the fantasy points is pretty sharp, or over on rushing attempts.
I believe you mean higher, but I'll let it. I'll let
Higher.
it
Yeah, higher. I have my screen. I'm on the small screen. I'm not on the full screen, so I couldn't quite read the.
Yeah, that adds up there. 2 things I will say, like just in general with the props when you're shopping between sites and you're going and you're building pickups, that generally speaking, the most efficient ones are on the most high profile players, right?
Yeah.
So like just looking at that and like looking at this line staring me in the face right now of like 23.45, I would not add this one into this one. Okay. But I do get the merit in doing so.
Well, let's remove it then. Like I feel you on that. I think that's fair. I think it's a fair point.
I think I don't want to like pigeonhole ourselves to a game script in terms of like giving ourselves outs. And this is what I mean by that. By us adding Jalen Hurts into this slip, it means that this has to be a competitive shootout of a game, right? If we take him from this, it can still be a competitive shootout of a game, or it can be a Chiefs absolute onslaught. So what I would like to do is pair the other side of like kicker or like something of that magnitude, right? Where I go like Jake Elliott higher because we're playing they kind of like stall out a little bit more, and in this narrative the Chiefs are controlling the ball so much, right? I don't know. That's just where my brain goes.
The reason I agree with that. Like if it's in a vacuum, I totally agree with that. My thought on that is like, do the Eagles don't really they're really aggressive. They really don't take a lot of field goals. And Jake Elliott, if you look at his game log, he has some good games where he is kicking field goals and he's putting up decent numbers. I wonder if in the Super Bowl, do they just, I mean, like what better opportunity to be aggressive and go for the win than the biggest game of the year? So that would be my only thing, but it's 1.5, I believe, right?
Yes, 1.5 on both the kickers.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
Yeah. The other one, this is a really good suggestion too that fits this narrative, is lower on the Jarek rushing yards, because we're basically painting the narrative that all the offense runs through the pass attack, and then on the other side they're playing trailing script. So another thing that would make sense would be completions for Hurts if we go their passing to catch up narrative, right?
Yes, but
Yeah.
Jarek,
I don't
Jarek
know.
lower
All right,
rushing
give me-
yards makes sense because, like, in my mind, I mean, you make that, so you're making the bet where Mahomes can literally benefit still from Jarek in the air, but then where you don't want it to happen, it's basically you don't want the running backs to get rushing yards you're hoping for, and you especially don't want Jarek to get rushing. So you're hoping for like a two, like you're betting like a 2-1 right there on Mahomes total yards. You want Mahomes to get as much as his yards as possible, and a lot of it's going with Pacheco. They're doing Pacheco, so like for me that just makes sense.
I agree. Yeah,
Let's do it.
That was
like
that
was a good shout.
Fessy. Yeah, Fessy.
Fessy,
I'm with you on that.
All right, Fessy with the shout. Let's
Max
feel
that
something.
shit. You
You
can't.
can only do 20, my friend. Dude, I have to bring Chip's comment up because this was great. This is
Damn
great.
it.
This is great. He already planted it in the chat like 5 minutes ago. It was great. It was
The
fantastic.
writing was on the wall all along.
Oh,
That's
man.
hilarious.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay. That's so good. All right. Lock of the century, $600 in my pocket. Clean, too easy. Definitely not hitting that insurance tab because not a coward.
You can't actually insure specials anyways.
There you go. There you go.
Beautiful.
Sharing the pics. Copy that. For the people that want a tail. There we go.
Oh wow, I have something like extremely similar already
Perfect.
with mine.
That's how you know it's a good one.
But I did the opposite of the Jake Elliott call. I went under on the field goals.
And just played it as like onslaught the other way.
So I have the Kelsey higher, the McKinnon lower at 22.5. So I'm sharp as shit. Mahomes over, obviously. Elliott under, and then Hurts higher on the rushing touchdowns.
Oh,
which
cool.
is
makes
minus
sense.
EV right now. I think it's a plus 105 or plus 120 touchdown
Yep.
bet, but he's getting rugbyed into the end zone. I'm sorry. It's happening.
Yeah, he's getting his ass thrust in there with the full house package, whatever they call that thing.
All right.
Okay, so let's do the free square and then let's rip some drafts. Jalen Hurts. Chip and the chat keeps telling me that Boston Scott is a lock here. Let me check out this Boston Scott. Where we're looking here. Boston Scott
9.5
with the higher of 9.5. Boston Scott, all Boston Scott needs to do is get a first down.
a clean
That's
10-yard
it.
rush.
He just
he
needs
needs a
a
10-yard
first
rush.
down.
Yeah, he needs a 10-yard first down. He can
Yeah.
get a 1-yard first down. That wouldn't do us any good.
No. First and 10. Imagine this. Picture this, Stewie.
Every play in our pick. Okay, so Boston got all right. Next one. Picture this.
Yeah. Hey, the man's got 3 touchdowns in the last 3 games. Let's get him in here. Let's get him in here for the people. I like
right.
this.
All
I
right.
like this a lot. Zach
What about-
Pascal having the 5.5. Oh my goodness.
That might as well be like 0.5 receptions, right? Like,
right. Yeah. Good point.
and I think that's a good lower. I don't know. I love fading the duds. I love going like if I'm going to go no fun, I like going no fun on the duds.
Okay, let's go. Let's add 3 more to this, and then let's do the no fun pick'em.
Okay.
The no fun pick'em is gonna have Pascal under, Noah Gray under, Sky Moore
under.
lower. Yeah.
Or
it's
lower,
gonna
yeah.
be like, yeah, let's do that. Okay, I
Okay.
like it.
All right. Now
Okay.
in the meantime,
Mhm.
what are we thinking here?
Are
Are we going 20x on this one?
Yes.
Does a bear defecate in the woods amongst
Yeah.
the trees?
Yeah, does a duck with a boner drag weeds? I mean, come on. Jeez.
Dude.
Yeah.
Bro, Noah Gray, I mean, a lower 1 point. We really think Noah Gray's catching 2 balls?
Nope.
Are we serious?
Yeah, good. I like it.
That
He's gonna be. We're doubling down with that one in the no fun one too.
Okay.
Okay.
So
That's
like
just screaming.
You guys can. I've been looking at these rivals just because you know me when I get in.
Yeah,
I get in my
Okay.
head.
Let's do the rivals.
Is this one? Is this just me thinking? Just with because now they have CH back, but I see a Pacheco versus Sanders in rushing attempts, and Pacheco has the 1.5 adjustment. And I'm like,
Interesting.
that seems kind of interesting.
You
to
might
me.
want to utilize
Did
the
I
search
miss?
function
Yeah,
on the
just might
left.
want to type in Pacheco. There's a lot.
There's
There's a
30,000 rival lines. Or rival picks to choose from. It's
Did
fantastic.
you say 30,000?
What? No, that's not even humanly possible.
let me introduce a term called hyperbole.
Brother, I didn't know. I'm scrolling here and there's a lot. So like,
Okay,
I didn't
so
reach the
this
bottom.
fantasy points one.
I think.
No, I was looking at
Rushing yards,
No, I was looking at rushing attempts.
Okay.
rushing attempts.
There you go. I don't know if that
So-
was me. I'm looking at like I have to get into the game law, but it's like they have the 3 backs that they use that they brought in there. It's like I know they've been using Miles, and I know he just blew up, but it's like
We've been hyping. We are team Miles Sanders train that he hasn't been utilized to his full potential yet.
we're
Mhm.
going with Miles Sanders. Oh, okay.
You don't like it?
I thought
I was
thought
going
you-
with Pacheco because isn't he
Oh.
1.5 adjusted? So like technically he gets an extra 1.5 carries.
Yeah, I thought you were framing that as anti Pacheco when you brought up CEH.
Same. Yeah.
No,
same.
I was saying so. I know CH is back, but they
But-
have 3 running backs that they use consistently. CH just came back and is activated, hasn't even been involved in the offense, hasn't
Okay.
even been healthy, and they only have the 2. So I'm just thinking, I'm literally just generally asking and like chatting.
Gotcha.
But I'm just wondering. My brain is like, I just think there's too many cooks in the Eagles' backfield, including Jalen Hurts that also has
Mhm.
design runs, whereas Pacheco
Sure.
legitimately could just get just get a majority of the backfield work in Kansas City. So I'm just trying to think of like who gets more rushing attempt.
Mhm.
Obviously that, but like I just think there's too many cooks in Philly. That was my thought. You know,
Gotcha.
I don't know what
Gotcha.
you guys
Gotcha.
think there, but you guys
I
are
was
both
thinking-
on Sanders, so I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
I'm
like,
thinking.
oh,
I was
oh,
thinking
oh.
the complete opposite. Okay,
Yeah,
that's-
so
That
Let's
one, that
scrap
line
that
might be a
one.
little too good.
that might be a little too much. I kind of like this one though. If you want to frame the Pacheco narrative that he gets more than 8 carries than Kenneth Gainwell,
Yeah.
like how many carries is Kenneth Gainwell getting a tight ball game here?
Certainly not more than 4, right?
That's what I think. I mean, like I think in trailing script maybe he finds his way there, but in a tight ball game, I don't know.
I like
Yeah, I don't know.
I like
just
I like
see-
Pacheco on those lines, like either
Mhm.
Sanders on these picks on Sanders or Gainwell, just because we have the Boston Scott higher, and that I think would correlate with that pick.
This is kind of a fun one.
On so
The
that's on
60.5 for Sanders.
Vegas. Okay.
That one kind of makes sense too. All right, you guys each give me one here. I kind of like the lower Sanders being part of our no fun one.
yeah, we can do that. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I think Pacheco in the rivals, Pacheco over Mahomes for the receiving.
There's
for
a
the
field
rushing
goals
yards.
made rival. Just literally field goals made even. Just choose your fighter. Who do you want? Harrison Butker or Jake Elliott?
Okay.
That's pretty funny.
Pacheco, rushing yards versus Mahomes.
There actually, I take that back. There might be 30,000 actually.
There might actually be
I
insane.
scrolled
Hey,
like I was
Mahomes,
using the side
Pacheco.
scroller and I couldn't
fantasy
even...
points,
rushing
rushing
yards.
yards. Pacheco having greater than 31.5 rushing yards versus Mahomes. That makes a lot of sense to me.
That I like.
Mahomes, yeah, Mahomes bum ass ankle. Pacheco lead role gets 10 carries for 52 yards. Smashes the shit out of this. I like that call. That was a good one, Nez.
Thanks. It kind of plays off Numi's play.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
bullish on CEH too, so that goes hand in hand.
Oh,
All right.
no, I'm not bullish on CEH. No.
I meant bullish on Pacheco. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, yeah. I guess I'm not really bullish on either. I was just, now that I think about it and look at lines, that was kind of a terrible attempt.
Well,
that I
we
put
can't
out
do
there.
any more Pacheco ones now. Now that we have him with
Yeah.
Mahomes, it won't picks now.
pick-
They won't
Yeah,
let us.
yeah. Okay, and then the last one here is going to be, guys. This is why I said we had to build them before.
I have some.
Okay, give me one of the ones you built before.
MVS over 2.5 receptions. Ride the hot hand. I know he's
Love
got.
it.
I know he's got way more competition now, but
Some are calling him
Mahomes?
the Cam Thomas of the NFL.
2.5 is crazy. especially
Yeah,
with
two
you
and a
got
half's
to trust the
pretty
wisdom
low.
of the crowds here. People love MVS in these drafts, even
Mhm.
with the actives. So the crowd knows something. The crowd liked the Bengals in these returns contests. They like MVS still.
Okay. I like that. Okay, so the Hertz free square, the Boston Scott. Boston
Chip, I
Scott
swear to
first
God, we're
down.
gonna be Venmoing you.
Oh my goodness. Here we go. Lock it in.
Noah Gray at lower 1.5 is just
That feels free, no?
it does.
Except for, you know what? Because the narrative still stands, right? The narrative still stands here because he's going to score that touchdown. The picture of this touchdown, MVS split out wide, the pump fake, the fake shovel, the chip off the line, runs into the flat, boom, 100%.
7-yard
He's-
touchdown, one reception.
He's scoring that touchdown, but it's just one catch.
Yep.
And we still hit both.
Yep.
Let's do it. All right. Maybe we'll do the no fun pick 'em in a minute. Let's rip some drafts here. 'Cause
Okay.
That came to a crashing fucking halt. I'm just being real with the content, man.
No. Let's put a timer on our decisions here with the with the draft.
We need a pick clock, and it just like counts down, and it's fucking Pacheco. I don't know.
Yeah, take us higher. Shit. I don't know. Fuck.
Oh man.
Speaking of that, I think I've been getting a little excited about
Nick.
the pitch clock in baseball, man.
How does one get excited about a pitch clock?
Because the games are going to be better. They're going to be better.
I don't
because
know.
of it. They
I've
are.
been to quite a few minor league games with the pitch clock in the background, and I don't even notice a difference.
Well, I think casual fans might. I think people.
Yeah, fair enough.
They might notice it. I mean, the data is very conclusive that it's chopping off time on games, like on every game. And I thought it was funny. One of the Pirates prospects, Brendan Malone, posted an Instagram story with like the annoyed like emoji like off to the side, like oh like I hate the pitch clock. Like dude was acquired for Starling Marte in like 2019, and he hasn't even thrown a single pitch yet. So I'm like, what are you complaining about? You don't even remember what it's like to pitch without the pitch clock. like what are you talking? Like what are you talking about? Get on the mound before you can start complaining about a rule change.
Yeah, I feel that.
I love it.
All right.
I think we're going to see a lot more Mahomes 101 now that we're getting closer to the big game. Okay, I was trying to manifest it.
Yeah. Especially from Base Master Patrick.
I can't give Chip a 103 Mahomes.
Okay, let's take Mahomes here, and let's see if we can build out maybe a 3-1 with the Kenneth Gainwell or something like that.
Yeah, look at this Juju ADP. Holy cow. That was not what it was like 2 days ago.
No, Juju's skyrocketing here. And for him to move that much in like obviously we don't have the ADP sheet as usual.
Yeah.
But like for him to move that far, it actually means he's probably moved about 4 picks.
I believe so. I'm gonna try to check real quick to see if I can see exactly how much he has moved, but
all right, so we got the pretty standard. Hey, if anybody hasn't seen yet, Pete did a pretty nice article and put like a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about the last 2 weeks into words in elegant fashion. And it's a nice article that he's got going there on the Fantasy Life newsletter.
Juju was 12.
You guys like Goddard here, or do you want to stick with the narrative in which I was talking about?
Let's do your narrative. Let's go into
Okay.
draft.
What was the narrative?
So give me 3 Chiefs.
That's
so
why I
like
wanted to-
Juju. Do we like Juju or do we like Pacheco?
Juju, play the ADP game. Or not the ADP game. That would be Pacheco. Don't listen to me. Yeah, Juju was 12. 12 when we did our Pete stream, John. That was 3 days ago. He had a 12.3 ADP. And then Tony was
15.1.
14.6 is what I see.
14.6. Okay. There
So
goes
they both
Kenneth
went up 2 spots.
Gainwell on the turn there. So RIP Narrative Street.
That's definitely
That was-
Bassmaster, not Basemaster.
Oh, yeah.
I unless he's like a dead mouse dubstep head. I think that's a Fisher. He's casting.
That Deadmau5 was popular around here because he's Canadian too, right? He was
really?
Yeah, he was big ass popular around here for like a while when I was in college, and I saw that guy like 5 times when I was in college, and I didn't really even like.
Did you enjoy
like,
any of the times?
I don't know. I wasn't even really like a EDM guy or anything like that.
Yeah.
So we got
Juju?
that MVS, Juju, and McKinnon spot here. Juju.
Yeah, this is our last Chief.
All right. I've really noticed the sharps really gravitating to Juju narratives right now.
Yeah.
Like just in terms of projections, in terms of smart people talking on the internet, in terms of like, hey, this is the matchup which you beat, and this is the undervalued piece right now. Whether it directly applies to these contests, because he is probably going to be 90% drafted or whatever, it's less so than, dealing with DFS where you're like, hey, he's only X percentage owned. But I still think there might be a little bit of leverage there as like a really nice play.
I'm trying to think of it from terms of like putting ourselves in the feet of us in like mid-season BRs and trying to think of this as objectively as possible without being so caught up in recency bias. And I think if that was the case where we were drafting like a 1 game contest mid-season, Juju would be right where he is there, if not maybe a little bit higher. 50.
Point.
Nice.
Good point.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you there.
Yeah, like just trying to change my mind frame with this, because drafting is just such a unique thing.
12.3 3 days ago, 11.9 and 11.3. So you can see that smoke catching. And I will say that's different than traditional ADP movement because this contest is so large.
Right.
Like if we're comparing that to like a random week 11, week 12 of the BR, this feels like Boston Scott or Quez Watkins to me. You can make the Jake Elliott narrative too, that they just blow the doors off and then he, punches in a couple field goals. Nez, you were saying you liked that build yesterday.
Yeah, I do like 3 with the kicker. Okay. Yeah, that or Boston Scott for me.
New me.
I don't care.
He said it's your money.
Yeah.
I do not care.
Oh my God. The content king.
Just pure apathy. That's what they're here for.
Yeah, don't fucking care when's the PGA stream starts.
Yeah.
We're the nihilist bros now. We're no longer the badge bros. What's the point of this, anyways?
I just need the Super Bowl to be done, man. I need Sunday to be come and go. Please.
Are you even going to enjoy this awesome game we're about to see?
Yeah, I am, because I'm going to have nothing on it, and I'm not going to care at all.
That's good.
It's going to be strictly. I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be rewinding every play, watching the freaking the formations. It's going to be. No, I'm just kidding. Well, yeah,
no, it's cool. I think that's definitely what makes this. That's what makes this game so awesome, right? Is that it's such a tough call. It's so tough, and I think
and I'm not trying to advocate. It's really to each their own. Like I'm not coming out here.
I know.
I haven't come out here to people in there like, oh, stop playing it. I just give you my 2 cents and how I feel. And to be honest, I'm just burnt out of NFL. There's just so much NFL, the content, all that. Like I'm just in the groove with NBA and everything that I just like. I just simply, I literally build a sheet for myself to grind 100+ drafts a day on NBA.
No judgment, man. To each
their own. Yeah, I can't. I don't have any more bandwidth for NFL. It's gone.
I can't imagine watching football for the pure enjoyment of watching football.
I love football.
I'm kidding.
I love it.
So
that's the thing that half the Discord says about like NBA, which I understand. Like the new. Well, see that I might put a couple. No, I can't do more slows. Those baseball slows are just making me go crazy.
On it, honestly, I was a proponent of never slows. I was team never slows, and then when the baseball stuff was kind of like hard to fill at the very beginning there, when there was so much other stuff to draft, I was like, oh, I'll just fire like 50 slows, and now I hate myself. I'm like, I'm a fast guy.
I'm in hell.
No, man, I cannot.
I woke up. I woke up yesterday And the first thing
Ooh,
I do
Drew,
when
what's up?
unsilencing my phone, like I go to the bathroom, I shower and everything, I get out and it's going to go, bzz, bzz, you have 10 minutes left to make your pick. I'm like,
Right,
oh.
yeah.
I go and I have 21 drafts that I need to make a pick for. I'm like, oh my God. Like I
Dallas
cannot.
Goddard
That's
as
sick.
the stack.
That's
I like
sick.
that.
Juju Smith-Schuster as bumping the ADP.
Yeah.
Smash.
I think
Let's do it.
Yeah, that or Tony, Juju or Tony.
And just go total
Shit, why not
flippage.
MVS? Make it a RNG. 1, 2, 3. Click that button. Whoever you
How
get, you get.
about? I was thinking you could also do Kenneth Gainwell in this, and then just take whichever pass catcher fell.
I've done that. I have like 3 Hurts, Goddard, Gainwell teams.
And they just look so bad.
They look great. I love them. I love the thesis.
right.
Join me at the
All right.
top, brother. Come
Let's
chop.
do this.
Come chop
Nez.
this first prize with me.
Nez,
Let's fucking
yesterday,
chop the shit up, Nez. Me and you at the top.
Oh,
you left and John's like, which one of these 3 wide receivers do you like? And I'm like, literally don't know. What you want me to pick between these KC wideouts? I'm like, I'm like,
Yes, I
go
do.
pull up. I'm
Near
like,
me.
go pull up a number generator, put 1, 2, 3, and then you will not be mad at the decisions you make when it comes down to this, because you'll just go, what does it say? Okay, add him to that lineup. Like,
let me in showbiz, we like to do this little thing called fake it till you make it. And if
No,
John
no.
just
I'm talking about I'm talking about separating those 3 and actually saying there's one that you believe in more. Like generally my opinion is I just think it's RNG. Like good luck picking the wideout.
everything. Yeah, you look everywhere, and and your thoughts are correct. I mean, it's so tough. It's so
that's
tough.
what I'm like, just
but-
put a random number generator to the players. You don't have to worry about the decisions you make. It's all literally up to chance and RNG, which it already is in the first place.
Okay, yeah. Let's make the razor thin decision here. We could do the
Okay.
boring ass. We could do the boring ass Butker, but Nez already has it on
Butker is where you would.
1,000 times.
Oh, you don't. Oh man, you don't want to. You really don't want to share the prize with me then. Damn.
I
okay.
wanted the CEH narrative so bad.
Let's
but you
go
know what
Leone.
you
Let's
know
go
what
full
RNG
Leone.
says Justin Watson.
Dude, this is bullshit. Go full Leone. The fact that Leone is stealing my smoke right now on the Justin Watson, go full Leone. Like, yo, what do you mean go full Leone? Picture this. I've been saying this shit for 5 weeks now.
I'm sorry, man. If Leone says it after you, it's Leone's take now.
Noah
If
Gray hedge. Yeah. That's like Pete's article. And it was like keep scrolling or something. And I was like, this guy couldn't use scroll the F down TM.
because we've got we'll sue his ass, man.
We'll
We've
sue
got a
his ass,
patent.
man.
That's so great. Yeah, he's just like, just
Oh,
keep
I love it.
scrolling and scrolling
Yeah.
till you get there. And John's just like, just say the words, damn it.
Just say it, Pete. Oh, you'll love to see it. All right, I think that'll wrap it up on the old big game thought. Unless there is anything you guys want to add or talk about or say there, and then I think we just ape right into the old hoop streets here.
Yeah, no, I got nothing there, but I do think scrolling the F down is definitely the best path to sharing the least amount of the first prize. So
Yeah.
just keep that in mind while you're
Let's put
drafting
in-
this weekend.
Justin Watson and Noah Gray together one time.
Oh, just once, man. Seriously, like that could be very like it's not inconceivable that like we see it in these island games all the time where like it's classic showdown, like the fucking fullback scores a touchdown.
Exactly.
It's $5, man.
I don't think I've seen a single person draft Michael Barton.
No, and you probably won't. Like you really.
I'm doing it. That's it.
Why not? Like
Michael Barton draft?
Nez just said it's $5 and like you're comparing the basically like the not you're making a lineup that's trying to make it to the most plus EV that with dupes. Like we know the likelihood of this hitting. We know it's a lot of it's just bit like you're just throwing money at a wall. But like, what happens if I were to say picture this? and it's the formation and Mahomes fakes the handoffs to CEH. We're talking there's 3 backs back there. This weird formation, Burton's there. He fakes it to CEH. He has to pitch to McKinnon. He has to pitch to McKinnon, but he says no. Kelsey's coming around that little tight end thing. He fakes that little underhand thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He fakes it. And who does he have standing in the left flat, wide open? Your boy Michael Burton. And what happens?
I like it.
He's tackled up the inch-yard line.
Oh my God! Don't do that!
He
Don't
has
do
it.
that!
He has it wide open,
realistic.
and he just couldn't make the simple move to fall into the end zone.
Oh, now it makes more sense because he's going to be our very last pick. That's much more stomachable.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like from the 101 is the best spot to do it because now
But
we
you-
can build out. No, I don't want to do it with.
You don't want to
Mahomes.
stack them. You
No,
don't want to do
no,
them.
Absolutely
Picture
not.
that. Dude,
This
this
is-
bit is just going to be anytime there's something that's crazy that will never happen. It's just going to be. But picture this.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. No, this is I formation. He's the up back in the formation at the goal line, and they go up back in the formation. That's what it is. It's the CJ Ham play. He gets one touch, one carry. It's a touchdown from 3rd and inches from the goal, like 3rd and goal from like inches out. That's the thesis, right? That's
Hey,
the
John.
only possible way.
If they're in I formation and there's one tight end, what's the name of the formation?
That's 11.
Oh, for fuck's sake, dude! You're trolling
No.
me. You're trolling me right now. You're trolling so hard.
This is what Chip
I'm
gets
not
out of
gonna
his
troll.
Twitter, out of his
Yeah.
comments all the
Miles
time.
Sanders hurts is that I
Yeah.
don't see, you don't see that a lot.
I
Wow.
like it.
Okay. I didn't even realize we were on the clock.
Yeah,
So we get Miles Sanders and Hurts slightly negatively correlated, but
But it's
we gotta
rare.
take it. But it's rare. And then I think we take Juju or McKinnon here, and then do we sour this absolutely sick roster that's super rare and unobtainable with the Michael Burton pick? Yup. Oh man. We'll see what comes back here. This is the thing with these drafts. It's like you paint these like
Right.
have a story, have it in your mind, scroll the F down, and then all of a sudden you get gifted this like Hertz plus Sanders that I probably only have one of, if that. And
We're
now
about
all of a
to
sudden we're
slap
about
a
to just-
donut to it.
just like, hey, let's just add this 0 to it, right? Like, what do you win when you win, right?
Well, okay. Now it's like you don't like kickers, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't love the kicker angle to this roster, but it makes a lot of sense. I mean, Boston Scott and adding the 2 running backs makes a lot of sense. Noah Gray scoring a touchdown on the other side makes a lot of sense.
I won't judge you if you go off the Burton track. I really won't.
I think
This is good enough. That's cute enough.
what like the thought process being that it's far enough scrolled down. I think if you take Boston Scott there, you're duped, but it's like less duped than other ones. If you take Harrison Butker there, you're duped like by far the most. If you take Noah Gray or Justin Watson, there's like a conceivable viable path to first place that is less duped than all those other combinations. If you take Michael Burton in that one, I think you might just be drawing stone dead and ruining.
Well, you didn't take him?
Ruining a good team. We scrolled down to Justin Watson instead. We just talked through the
Hold
reasoning
up.
why.
We're going to go draft hoops. Oh, wait. I come up with an idea that we're going to put
Yeah.
into practice.
Yeah.
Rewind
We
the
didn't
tape.
do it.
We explained.
Rewind the
it.
tape. God
I'm not
damn
going
it,
through this
Numi.
again.
Yeah, Numi.
Y'all are frauds. Y'all
Where's
do
the
this every
comment?
day. We're gonna do
Someone
this.
give Numi a fucking hug.
Frauds.
Let's go.
Y'all are
Get this
frauds.
guy a hug,
Y'all are
man.
frauds.
Come here, Numi. Come here.
Go.
Talk
Bring it
about
in
your
tight,
talk,
close to your
never
camera.
walk your walk.
Get a little
Put it into
closer to the
practice
camera.
For once, I dare you. Put it into
I do it all the
practice.
time. Do it
No,
all
you
the time.
don't.
I'm Mr. Scroll the F down, but that was an interesting one. How many Hertz plus Sanders you got?
I've none. I
Yeah,
haven't had the
0.
chance to draft any.
Exactly. That's
Goddard.
what I mean.
When I get Goddard, I get giddy. Like,
Yeah.
nice. That's it.
Let's do a little hoops here. We'll start it off with the easy overarching stuff. It is a gross back-to-back slate. There are 10 teams between the 11 games that they have back-to-backs pending or just coming off of. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the old Control A, the cut. I'm going to move it over for the people. Boom. Is that better? Feels better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just for anyone, the yellow is they're on the back end of a back-to-back, and if they're in blue on the bottom, they're on their front end of a back-to-back.
Yeah. So Bucks played the Lakers last night, and I imagine everyone goes again today. Is that correct, Numi? Like we think everyone's going again
Yeah,
today?
but the Giannis thing is,
I don't think so.
I know Chad was
Ooh.
looking into Giannis. Let me just pull this up because he asked
I think
me about
Giannis
it.
is a. I think we might get a late cue on Giannis.
Yeah, so we haven't
Okay.
played. So I mean, the thing that everyone always tells you, which you just word it differently, and everyone just comes at you because you know what? If the Bucks and Suns, we get their normal injury report later, so like we'll get the
Mhm.
downgrade, which is just typically so. It's like right now we're in limbo with that, but yeah, the Giannis news is he hasn't played the last two back-to-backs, but it was the January 11th and January 11th, 12th. January
Okay.
16th and 17th. So then, but he did play like the first end of one of that, but then that was the only one of those 4 games he did play for a back-to-back. Now, I don't know what that has to do with anything. You know what I mean? We're just trying to look
Yeah,
into
it's just context.
There's
It's
some
just
weird
context.
and context is this is just really tricky with the trade deadline and the All-Star coming up close as their teams are just starting to do like, oh, we're going to rest him until the All-Star break and stuff like this. So things will be thrown out. So just be careful for Giannis. Yes, that's what I was going to go to. I went here. I saw Luka is 100 officially available to play.
Okay.
So that's good to know. But yeah, just be aware of Giannis. That's someone.
The one thing I will add with Giannis is it's their second game in LA, so there was no travel. So that's one positive to Giannis playing. The negative to Giannis playing is the Clippers have already ruled everybody out. They went load management on the
Blazers or
All-Star
Clippers?
break. Clippers.
Well, no. So the Clippers still have Paul. I thought Paul George was.
Oh, they still got Paul. Okay. I saw Kawhi was ruled out and something else. And then they traded John Wall and they traded, some other rotational pieces. Reggie Jackson got traded. Yeah.
Yep.
Luka being in is sick. I love that.
Yeah,
Luka,
so we'll get into
he
that.
Says the guy in his Mavs shirt.
Look at this, man.
That's the 101 at the 104 IMO, but that's
Yeah. That's I would bump him up if we want to get exploitative. We've been talking about ways to get exploitative at the top 4 picks lately. I think giving Luke a fat bump to your 101 is a nice way to do that.
Hey, speaking of hoops right now, Andy confirms he's coming on the show next week.
Right?
Tweets that he's coming on the show next week, and then wins 3,000 that night. Coincidence? I fucking think not.
No way.
Absolutely.
Hey,
not.
I also want to shout that out. That was a fantastic lineup.
Yeah.
He drafted through the landmines. I mean, there was the gifs and memes yesterday of like of the people trying to dodge the landmines and bullets. It's never felt more true because I mean, it was domino after domino, and then the big domino would fall, a couple small ones, and then an even bigger one would fall, and it was like, holy crap. And then if you'd had any Phoenix Sun in your lineup, like good luck. So
right, yeah, good.
But yeah,
so other than Ayton could have got you
back
there.
End,
but
sorry, the scrubs,
back end
stuff. I should have said. But yeah, shout out Andy. That was a
Ish had a nice game for a 6th round pick. Like just in general, like everybody was drafting Craig
my 6th round scrubs.
Yeah, everyone was drafting Craig and Lee, and then Ish was the guy you needed with that last pick.
Well, see, that's something that I think it is just real quick is like no one was drafting them, and I mean they're all just scrubs that no one knows what they're doing. Like they're all the same.
Yeah,
it should have. Yeah, Kogi was a perfect one. We should have just went with the guys not really being taken every draft or like being overlooked because like they're still gonna get the same look and like it's. Who knows what's going to happen? But yeah, into that. It was a crazy slate. I'm glad that's over with. We literally went from arguably one of the most disgusting, gross slates ever to we haven't had an 11-game slate in a long time. So this is just a big big change.
Yeah, and a lot of moving pieces here. Anyone other than the Q tags, other than the highest totals? I mean, you guys all got eyeballs. You can check this out, screen grab it, whatever. It's a beautiful little setup that Numi puts together each day to just illustrate the slate in a glance. Anything you want to hit on here, Numi, or Q tags or leverage points before we jump into the ADP in the draft?
Typical player angles. I know Nick put it in there. He's playing the Drew Holiday angle in the 6 for Giannis. Pick out your angles, play like that. Also, the last thing I want to say is I touched on just expect more things to happen today. Not trades, but expect this. People ruled out, people ruled in. Trade pending not allowed, trade pending allowed. This is a wild west day in the NBA in terms of we have so many people on new teams, and that also then impacts. We don't know like how some of these teams are going to officially like blend and play. Like we can assume this is their usage, but they have new people on their team, a new like gel to do with. So in terms of a lot of new like cogs in the wheel, like if there's teams like that, you can't take their usage and their projection 100% like, okay, because like we just don't know. It's a brand new sample for some of these teams. So
I would like to offer Devin Booker in the 6th round as an angle.
You are
Nice.
100. You are 100% correct. That is I enjoy me some Devin Booker.
That's a good shout. Even if he's on a minutes limit after, because we saw minutes limit, then ruled out, then potentially now he comes back today. Minutes limit pre All-Star break, or maybe full go. Who knows?
30 mins against, 25 mins against Brooklyn. Expect what, like 28 mins against
I would take
Indiana?
20 6th. Yeah, 28 in the 6th in a pace-up spot against the Pacers.
There you go. That's the
I
thing.
like
The
that.
matchup is just So that's a great shout, Nez. I definitely will work
Thanks,
him in.
Numi.
And he's that's another shout I want to say.
Hoops guy.
These plays that maybe you don't need to get you don't need to take them right away, because you can always take a Q tag and stuff like that and always work people in your early draft and bump them up. I know the swap rankings aren't totally like you don't get to manually do it, but that's plays I like to do too. So like if I have a lot of Devin Booker and he's projecting well, I'll kind of take him out of my swaps just so I don't end up with all the Devin Booker. Now that's a risk tolerance exploitative thing, but that's something you can do with 6th rounders too. But yeah, let's just dive right in.
I like that. Hey guys, I haven't said anything today, but we got 50 of us still in here jamming, watching some hoops here. We're just jumping some drafts. I've lit a couple bucks of money on fire, except for the locks of the century, who guaranteed locks, tail those. But do us a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that follow.
Follow that Badge Bros Unhinged channel.
That's where the PGA
update
stuff.
for PGA tonight. So
absolutely.
Link
and
should
Drew
be in the
asking,
description.
Drew, the Badge Bros merch is in the Pete Oversaid store. The link is in the description below. And Nick, I noticed Nick had a 7th place, but what else is new? I can't shout out 7th places for Nick anymore because he's just always fucking up there every night. The show would just be consumed with me talking about Nick stuff. But yeah, this the sharp play last night was hilarious, because I had never even seen the guy in my entire life, and I took 46% of him. I had no idea what he looked like. All I knew is the one other time he started and played center, he had like 50 DraftKings points. So I was like, yep, I'm just taking this guy in the 6th round every single time.
Yeah.
Had no idea.
Hey, John, after we do some hoops, if you have time, do you think maybe we can do a little puck? Let the model give a little peek behind the model today? What do you think?
Oh, I had no idea that you were running the Sims right now. I didn't know that you had the data ready for the people. I thought it took a little bit more information. And
he bought a couple of
in the day.
He went to PetSmart, got a couple extra hamsters, and they're working overtime.
I found some ways to make the model a little more efficient. We kind of slimmed down some of the inputs, and we've got some data. We've got some data.
I hope one of those inputs you trimmed down on was Travis Konecny. I hope he's out of the model.
Konecny's out. Konecny's out. He's a hard
Boston news dump.
what happened?
Boston Jason Tatum was downgraded to questionable last night, I think, for illness. He didn't go through shoot around, but now he's upgraded to probable.
Tatum?
Not last night. He didn't play last night.
No. Last night on the injury report, he got marked questionable. Because when I picked him last night, I did one, he wasn't. But now it's just, I just want to illustrate how weird hoops is real quick. Like he was questionable, didn't go through shoot around. So we're assuming he's not playing.
Oh, dude, his ADP is not.
And now he's
correct.
probable.
Yeah, his ADP is 8.
So I just like, that's just hilarious.
Honesty.
Like, why mark him as questionable? Doesn't go through shoot around. We get the update, but now he's probable. And then you have Horford is questionable, Brogdon Jeez, everyone on the team. All right.
Okay. That what I would like to know about Boston, because we're talking, hey, shout out to our guy, just a guy, Allen, who won the dunk the other night. He mentioned that we always talk up bigs against Charlotte. Well, Boston's got Charlotte tonight. How are my bigs looking over there? We got Bob Trees. We got big Robert Williams. Is he probable?
Available to play. Available to play. And
there we
Horford's
go.
questionable.
And Horford's got there. Talk about a 6th round absolute slam piece.
And Time Lord is getting like back to full minutes. Like
Embiid.
Love Time Lord. Yeah.
Yeah. Embiid.
Like
he's
at
just
the 5th pick.
He's like Rudy Gobert and LeBron now at this point. Like
these guys don't miss games at the Garden. They don't miss games at the Garden.
Is he at the Garden?
Point.
I thought he was home.
Oh, you're right. I apologize. And it's at home. Same thing. They don't miss games at home.
Yeah,
McNeely withdraw. What the fuck?
They don't miss games at home. They don't miss games at the Garden.
I was really hoping we'd get that Embiid Tatum start. That would have been nasty. Do we have I mean, I don't really have a lean.
I think Sabonis against Dallas.
I think that's fine too. I think Ant with no D'Lo. Dude's got the Cam Thomas hook up green light.
I kind of feel the same.
That's a good shout.
Same.
Yeah.
Like I totally get the I think even with projections putting in the matchup, he's still 8. So they're even accounting for that matchup a little bit because they guard wings and perimeter just better when you have Dylan Brooks and Desmond Bane. I mean, Desmond Bane's like a linebacker playing basketball out there.
Yeah, he's big boy.
Big boy. He's a piece. So like
Chad,
I already called the cops.
Chad, we don't need to know this because we already know this. Like we don't.
Come on, man.
Cops are on their way, dude.
They're coming to your house right now. Pack your shit, buddy. You're going away for a long, long time.
It's unbelievable. And he's gonna say, "Oh, but my son drafted one of them, so it doesn't really count."
No, he's getting a bump in his allowance.
Yeah, you love to see it. LaMelo Ball, just like as a player, and after such a nice game that he had recently, the ankle being less of a concern and him just being available like in the deep second round feels so nice. These 11 game slates are just so fun to draft.
This is a 6 slate. Man.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's just drafting yesterday compared to right now. It's like, oh man, it's completely night and day. It's crazy.
By the end of last night, I was like praying for like Rui to be in like the 5th round. Like,
yeah,
Rui, come on. Like, what the fuck is this game?
Yeah, you're literally praying for Dennis Schroeder and Rui. Like you're like, please.
I know I kind of poo-pooed on this game a little bit and the potential minutes restriction and stuff, but like Paul without Kawhi,
that's my thought too. I think they're all like
Jimmy against the Heat also, or against the Rockets feels really, really good too.
Yeah, see that one I generally wanted to ask Chad. I normally ask Chad. We like bounce questions back and forth because he's like thinking and into these streets nonstop. Like I generally just wanted to ask. Maybe I should just ask everyone. Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about blowout risk?
Ah, damn.
What,
dude?
The Heat? It's not like the Heat are like phenomenal.
No. It's just the fact that the Houston Rockets are literal dog shit.
Yeah, but that doesn't stop us taking good players against them before.
No, who are we gonna take here, guys?
You're right.
Brunson.
We like Brunson. We like Brunson.
I'm always Brunson, but Halliburton against the Suns feels really.
That's
really
what
good
I was
too.
looking at. Hallie.
We're the Hallie guys. Damn, we should have.
We are Hallie guys. I mean, we're Hallie guys until TJ McConnell gets some burn, and then we're like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
You know? Like, we became TJ McConnell stands for like a week and a half, and then Hallie came back, and I was like, oh my God, this guy's electric.
I don't want to play with you
anymore. He was so good. Yeah.
Chip, this is what I'm saying. It literally the Jason Tatum downgrade to questionable, didn't go through shoot around, upgraded to probable, makes no sense. And then just to downgrade Brogdon to probable? Like, what are we doing? Like, I hate the NBA so much. I hate it.
Is too probable a downgrade? Like, because in my mind, probable is like, I mean, I guess if you're expected to play, you would never be probable.
That's such a dumb downgrade.
It's a downgrade a downgrade from 100% availability to whatever probable terms is. Like what? Like yeah, it's a downgrade, but in my mind, it's not. Like, I'll agree with you. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, but like in terms of wordage and on an injury report, yes. But no, I agree. But I mean, we've seen, I don't know. That's what I don't know with the NBA. Like when people ask, what should we expect? Like, what are you thinking? It's like, generally, dude, I am just trying to not get screwed. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I do not know. What am I thinking? Try not to get rugged by.
I know
three
who I
people.
want here, but I don't know if they're gonna fall. No, we
I
don't
know
watch
who I
Tatum.
wanted.
No.
I wanted the big ass shotgun, but he's already
I thought
gone.
Tatum didn't. I saw
I
Tatum
wanted-
didn't go.
I like Garland today. I'm a big fan of Garland against the Pelicans. I really don't think we're going to see. I'm probably going to eat my words, but I'd be surprised if we saw a Spida Mitchell blow up game before the All-Star break. I think that's going to come after. I think he needs to get a little healthy. But
Yeah, that's
he-
a good point.
Participating. Oh, I was wrong. So I'm wrong. You're right. Doing. Chad's right here. He did.
Chris Paul?
Tatum. Yeah, I like that. I like Paul.
yeah, or
Chris
dude,
Paul?
Jaren Jackson against the T-Wolves feels fantastic. I will say that feels really, really good.
Is
And
he
he's
at home?
and he's at home, so you know he's getting 7 stocks.
He's
All
getting
All right.
7
Well,
stocks
that
at
yeah,
home.
that
Right, yeah. If he's at home, he's getting 7 stocks.
He doesn't even have to be on the court, and they're going to give him a block.
Man, there are going to be some fun picks in these back ends of drafts and stuff.
Today might be a scroll the F down day. I mean,
It's going to be hard to because the names
gonna
at
be
the
so
top
hard.
are so prevalent, right? But
It's
I
gonna be
think
so hard.
everybody's going to feel that way. But I'm gonna. I mean, we're obviously
name.
never taking Josh Giddey because never.
not on your watch.
Not on my fucking watch.
Drew?
Hey, look at that, yo. Yeah, Drew feels like the
or D book,
absolute
I
snap.
guess. We just did Paul. No, we did. So either Drew or D book.
No, we
Honestly,
didn't.
I would go Drew.
Yeah, just the certainty around the minutes and then the potential ceiling of if
He can only
Giannis
boost
doesn't
up.
go.
Yeah. See, it's
Yeah.
those plays that it's like he's still fine at this pick. I love him at this pick. It's perfectly fine.
Mhm.
It just turns into a smash pick if Giannis is ruled out. But watch, now we're gonna now it's gonna be like, look, we're all
What?
on these guys, and it's
And
gonna
then
be
Drew out, Middleton out.
Yeah.
Like they
and
all,
it's
they're
gonna
all
be Giannis with no injury report. It's gonna be fantastic. Oh man.
One thing I will say about Chris Middleton is he did not start, but I'm like 85% certain he did not start last night. But the minutes are coming alive again.
he's playing good ball. He
Yeah,
looks good.
and like he was in the closing lineup for a bit of that Lakers game. Like it just he's coming back to form here, and especially without Bobby Portis out, like someone's gonna win a slate. I'm putting this fucking stamp of approval right now. Someone in the next 2 weeks wins a slate with 6th round Chris Middleton.
yeah, I agree.
Because you catch it before he gets the 34-minute game.
If for whatever reason, it would be really shocking if like they rested Giannis and didn't rest Middleton as well, given like the injury. However, if there's
good
no
point.
Giannis and there's Middleton, this is all baseless. But if that's the case, I want Middleton in that scenario if that happens.
Okay, yeah,
but
I like that.
I'm not going to force it. I'm going to wait if there's news because Middleton will be there in the 6th every draft today. Today he will be.
Mhm. Yeah, I got that.
That was a great comment. Yeah, bring up. So you saw that put. Now bring up Chip's comment to Brett because I thought that was fantastic.
What do we got here?
Boom.
Great radio, boys.
I know. Great radio. Fantastic.
Thanks.
Yeah, no.
Thanks, Newbie.
He said, yeah, no, sorry. For anyone watching it, he just goes, that's why puck is greater, zero injury confusion. And Chip brings it back with, you ever think that if we continue to play hoops over puck, despite all the headaches, it must be a superior sport, which fact.
I think us and DJ Mitchell are gonna get the people on puck. We're working on it. And
Yeah.
it's Luka. Luka against the Kings, making them pay for skipping over him in the draft. It's going down.
One thing I
like it.
will say about like these situations where a team already has like Luka plus Tatum's and like stuff like that, at least we're flipping the board. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like I think Luka's probably the best player on the slate. I mean, maybe Embiid is without the Q tag, But with the Q tag factor, I think it's kind of like Luka, Embiid, Giannis in my mind. I do think we're going to get that midday report from the Bucks, and Giannis is going to have a Q tag by whatever 12 p.m., 1 p.m. Pacific, something like that. Yeah,
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. There's some game theory to it. If you are scared about the Luka Tatum teams or whatever, like the game, you could game theory and say like, I don't want those guys at all. And I mean, that's a fine way to play it, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather get exploitative.
Yeah,
like,
I'll say to the people that have the Tatum teams, that teams, that's kind of been the theme in our chat is like, look at these, and everyone calls the cops, and look at that. Those teams never win. They generally just never do it. Like they're close to doing it, but like for me, I just want to say, like,
but if you could give me that team every single day forever, I take it. Right? Yeah. It's like saying pocket aces don't always win.
I know,
but like
I know, but I'm just saying it shouldn't deter you from not drafting. Is what I should just say, because they're not a stone cold lock as we joke about and make them. Now, are they a better? And like you said, yes. If someone gave me 150 of the 2 best players on every team and then spread it out? Yes, I would do that. But yeah, they're for anyone like looking at it, it's not too big of a thing, because a lot of these teams out there, it's kind of this like we joke, oh, that's a min cash, and we all know like, oh, if we screenshot it, that's a min cash.
Especially on an 11 game slate, because the drop off of talent from like Tatum to Kyrie, Siakam, whoever you want to put in this range, like on any given night, the second round pick can outscore Tatum at large. If this was like a 4-gamer like last night, and like Claxton had gone, for instance, and you had like Giannis, Claxton, DeRozan teams, like I had a handful of those, like those were big time, right? Like that's a different story.
Exactly.
Who do you like here? Obviously Harden gets a huge bump if Embiid doesn't go, so we can make that bet. I actually don't know what Kyrie looked like the other night without Luka, but I don't really want to pair them together. Pascal is always the guy I click every single time. Always. I don't know what my fixation with him is, but especially if Jacob Hurdle doesn't play tonight.
Let's do
Bam or Harden.
Yeah, that's what it feels like to me.
It's either Bam or Harden for me.
Let's do the ceiling thing, because I think Bam's a nice play tonight. I think Sengun's probably a tough matchup for Bam comparative to other nights, but he's still a nice play. But the Harden ceiling, if Embiid is legit questionable and doesn't go or limited in any capacity, then like the Harden gets untapped, right? Like I think making the Harden bet in the 3rd round is very similar to making the Drew Holiday bet in the 6th round.
Yep. Exactly. The only difference is like Harden still. They're both viable at their draft positions. Yeah, it's a perfect comp. They're both perfectly fine at their ADPs. Can only benefit if their other star player is out. The biggest star in Joel and Giannis. So, yeah, that's a great comp, because those are what I kind of like to do, is just find those players that can only benefit and go up. Because once later in the day comes out, like we saw it yesterday, it was drastic. But yeah, the Rui went from available 6th round pick for 25 to 30% of the drafts to LeBron was ruled out to, okay, like Rui is like kind of, like a better, like he's slowly getting to that 6th round pick, and then everything happened, and like, okay, Rui's like the best option in the 5th, like 4th, like, and like that's what happened. Like it obviously that doesn't happen here, but people will get ruled out, things will happen, and a player or two will thrust up into a spot that all of a sudden they're being drafted like 10 picks that they normally were. And Drew's that great example. Harden will probably be closer to the 1-2 turn if somehow something happens to Joel. Like, that's my thought.
Agreed. Yeah, I think Harden thrusts up to the other side of the board. You stop getting him in the 3rd. The other one that I will add to that is we talked bear case about Booker. Bull case is we don't have the Suns practice report yet, and we don't know about the trades and stuff like that with the Suns. All of a sudden, you get a CP3 Q tag, you get a Ayton Q tag, but you get because Booker didn't play last night, oh yeah, Booker's good to go now. He's got that one game under his belt.
There you
He's
go.
got those minutes ready, and you get that same thing, right?
Yeah, I think my take, I don't know if it's right or wrong. I've been under the opinion that I think they're still going to take it slow and ramp them up after the All-Star break, kind of like get them like acclimated, give them a little break. I don't know. That's just, it seems like the most sense. But your point of them being on the back end of a back-to-back, that's what in the sheet I kind of have the columns on the player. So it's like, oh, he's looking really good, but you see yellow. It's like, oh, he has a chance to get that Q tag. And so, yeah.
Nez, we taking your boy here?
I mean, if you want, there's so many good picks here. That would be one of my offerings to the.
Okay,
to
well,
the
let's
team.
take one of them. Let's take Garland first. Yeah, and then Numi, who else you like here? You know who I like, boys.
Are we looking
Ain't got no time for no arguing.
Are we looking at Sengun? Is that what you're looking at? Oh, you're looking at big. Yeah, you're looking at Lauri Markkanen, huh?
I ain't got no time to do no arguing.
Hey, and then one thing I want to say is what it feels like just 2 weeks ago. Granted, his usage and everything has changed, but he was a top pick up there, man. Oh, send it. Send the pick, Nez. Shoot that shot. There we go. Let's go. Oh man!
But just a prop. Just a prop. YouTube. It's just a prop.
The show's canceled.
Like Lowry was a borderline, like he was being granted slate or whatnot. He was thrusted up into the this other tier, and now he's kind of fall into this back end of drafts. It has to do with usage and all that, but like I don't know, like he could just go right back to doing what Pascal did. Slowly had a little bit of a funk, put up a 60-point game. Lowry has a little bit of a funk. Yeah, Lowry.
Yeah, because Lowry used to be thrust up in that Lauri Markkanen. Ever heard of him?
Oh,
yeah, not like Lowry, like
Kyle. That's like the exact song. I was like Kyle. Like,
yeah,
sorry, what year is it? I'm sorry.
No, because what Numi's saying is Markkanen was thrust up into like the 2-3 range of like rounds for like a long time, and then now like perspective is kind of shift, and then he's fallen back. But now we're seeing the usage trend back to where he once was, but we're getting a bit of a discount. That's kind of
good point. That's a really good point.
I want to touch on this real quick. Actually, we'll survey up a player. There's a question I just missed way back in chat about swaps. I mean, we could do Nez's boy if he hasn't gone. Oh, he went. Never mind. Never mind. Booker.
Devin Booker. Yeah. I think that.
So Walker Kessler's playing the team that he just put up 8 stocks, and Jared Vanderbilt is gone off that team, solidifying the Walker Kessler role and minutes.
I really like
we
both
just got
these guys tonight. Yeah, and like the thing with Kessler too is with Vanderbilt gone,
Time Lord against
they
Charlotte.
won't.
Let's go.
Let's do this though. I can't pass this right here.
See, I was on board the Time Lord against Charlotte. You got me on board, but I'm fine with that too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I like both plays in the last round there, and I like the Kessler play as well. Especially so my thought process with Vanderbilt being gone is like Vanderbilt's like a pretty premium defender for a big, and he goes out there and goes lockdown for the closing lineup like a good majority of the time. And those games where you would see Walker Kessler's minutes come down and him only play like 26, 20, whatever, is because they opted for defense on the back end, like late in a ball game. Those days are gone now. Like Walker Kessler's going to be out there 32, 36 every single night because there's no staggering them. They were just both on the court or not on the court, right?
Yeah, they still have Kelly Olynyk, so like that's
a good point.
Thing. So, but it makes the case for him a little better. One thing I just wanted to touch on, we had our boy PNBC asked, how do I arrange my swaps? He never gets the guy, so
I'll show him.
Yeah, well, if you want to talk like the how like swaps, I mean, it basically goes by reverse draft order. So knowing that, I'm probably going to butcher this. You can take it away here. Just
sure. I got you.
And then I'll tell them how I arrange it after.
Depending on when the team in question has that player ruled out, you can see the different start time windows here for each of those ball games. Each of these individual time slots represents an isolated swap window. So if a player is ruled out between like 410 and 440. This is Pacific Standard Time that we're utilizing here. The swap window for that player will then occur then. So you do have to progressively be changing your rankings, which you can find here. And then you can change them and preset them for each time slot on the left-hand side. It's a lot of work. I usually just set them.
You have to
like
use the
410.
slate rankings. You have to use the slate that you're on. You can't use that other one. Those are for other slates.
So you set them all for the 410, and then as these windows approach, once these contests start, and you can find them in the live tab. There's nothing going right now, but you'll find them in the live tab here. A new little thing opens up called swap rankings, and it ports that rankings over to swap rankings. And then while the contest is live, you can change them within the swap rankings tab there. It's kind of a convoluted, long. Yeah.
So like basically the rankings that you have, that if you set rankings to start that you're drafting off of, those will end up being your swap rankings. When the first everyone that's already ruled out or no longer available to play that's in your lineups, when the first game starts, and that's when the little box goes live on the live scoring tab, then all of those players will immediately global swap out. And how that works, it just goes to the top person in your swap rankings that wasn't drafted in the particular draft. So how I go about the swap rankings are, I'll know my exposures of players. I'll kind of figure out my 6th round players. You can then tell that if you have a guy in lower ADP, very high in your swap rankings, you're going to get him number 1. And then basically after that. So what I'll do is I'll have all of my rankings in there, because I like to catch the potential faller. If there is a guy that is maybe 29, 30, 31, 32 in ADP that didn't get drafted, I'll keep them at the top of my swap rankings just in case I can fall into one of them being the guy that comes into my lineup. And then after that, I just make sure that I'm just getting the swaps of the guys that I have. It's all going to go to the, so if you have a bunch of people that are out, like 50% Jason Tatum or 50% Giannis, say 20%, and they're out, all the swaps are going to go to that. They're all going to be global, all auto. You're not going to be able to do manual. So I'll just try and litter them. Like I said, if I drafted a lot of Devin Booker, I won't put a bunch of Devin Booker on the top of my swaps. I'll try and switch if that's the angle I want to go. So that's how I try and do my swaps. It's very messy, like everyone says, but I just try and get a little bit of everything. And then the last thing I'll say is update your rankings or use whatever projections as close as you can before that 6-10 time. Get the most up-to-date projections, whatever you like, and update them as soon as you can before lock. Because as soon as that 6-10 window happens, 4-10, whatever time you're apping, that's when you'll get people coming in the Discord like, oh, I didn't set my swap rankings. Like, am I too late? If you're at 609 and you don't click save after doing some swaps and it goes to 610, you're screwed. You need to click save before 610 happens, and you will have your swaps. And I know people will be like, oh, I didn't get this person. If there's multiple Q tags in the draft and someone gets ruled out, it's going to go reverse draft order, and you may not get the guy that's on top of your swaps that was available because someone else had priority in getting him first. Hopefully that kind of made sense.
Well said.
Yeah.
No, it did.
Made it more confusing.
No one. We left here further confused. No, I'm kidding.
Insert Happy Gilmore. Yes, you can do it on your phone.
Madison.
Yeah. Doing it on your phone actually makes a lot more sense, and it's easier. But once the contest starts, the easiest way to do it is if you had the rankings set previously, they're now your rankings, right? Like, that's just how it is. Then once the contest starts, a new little swaps tab opens under live, and you can just drag and drop in there. It's super easy.
Right above your lineups.
Contest is start. Yeah,
it's right above your lineups. You'll see the little swap thing. The guys that are already playing will be ruled, will not be in the swaps, and it'll just be the remaining games left.
Yeah, same GA.
GA, your freaking comments put me to sleep, brother.
Get fire back. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
Newbie needs a hug is my favorite comment in the history of this show. Every time he gets a little snappy, all I think in my head is Newbie needs a hug.
Who's got a hug for him?
Oh my god.
Let me know when this fills. I'm finishing up my my ranks.
We're here. No. Whoa, we got the model, man. Where's the model? Is the model ready?
The model's ready. The model is ready.
We
What
got a
is it?
full redded out, badged up room. We got Chip, we got Chad, we got GA. This is big time.
All right. We got a top 26, so hopefully
Poster
we don't-
Nut Bag Cat has been in a lot of our drafts, but I never see them in the chat. Or is that PNBC? That makes sense, right? That's
Oh,
PNBC.
maybe that's PNBC.
There we
Cool.
go. Okay, put it together.
Is that
There we
him?
go.
Well,
Yeah, that
isn't
must.
there a PNBC
must be.
in the? I swear
go.
there was actually a
Huh,
username
makes
that was
sense.
PNBC.
Guys,
Huh.
that's what the smart people call deductive reasoning right there. That was sharp.
I think you got to go Marner against the Blue Jackets, right? They just hemorrhage
see it.
goals.
Yep,
Find a
you love
guy
to
that
see
toots
it.
his own horn more than John Boy.
Hey man, that's how
yeah.
you gotta
I
have
love it.
confidence.
You got to
I
build
love
your
it.
fucking self up here, man. More like ding dong,
Nice.
if you ask
There
me.
he
Maybe.
is.
Woo.
Finger dong, if you know what I'm talking about. Baseball
What's the
chat.
site for the lines? That's Daily Face Off. Daily Face Off is a pretty nice tool there with all the line combinations and the tendies starting.
Definitely
Ten-
helpful.
Whenever you say
Definitely
tendies, I just think chicken
know.
tendies.
Ooh,
Chickens?
don't give Nez PTSD now.
I want 50 more, man. That was
Yeah,
a
you're
little
talking
too
about
easy.
PTSD. All of a sudden, we're gonna see him look
Yeah,
at.
that was so quick.
We're gonna see him looking down. He's making a Chick-fil-A order as we speak.
Oh, I
Hollywood
wish.
Nez. Hollywood
Yeah, give me
Nez.
Yeah, the fact that you weren't eating nuggets in that Tyler Creator picture is just kind of it's a fraud statement, if you ask me.
Wow.
Tough
Come
scene.
on, they don't sponsor me, dude. I can't just be carrying around a bag of Chick-fil-A.
You should have asked him, "Hey, you want any Nez
I need
nugs?"
the-
He would have
I
been
need
like,
the bag.
"Excuse me," and be like, "I got the facts."
He would.
know what
Does
you
someone
mean.
have like lines and totals and that sort of thing for me yet?
They're all like 6 and 6.5. Penguins are big favored, as are the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And ADP reflects that pretty well, as I would say. There's
Yeah,
a couple.
almost all the Toronto guys and all the Pittsburgh guys are off the board here after
Yeah.
off the stop. Like all the big name ones.
Yeah, so that's pretty sharp. People must have got access to what some of my outputs.
People got
don't
early
love that.
access to the model.
I don't love that.
What do you guys think about Johnny Hockey?
Johnny Hockey, is that Giroux? He's all right.
Gaudreau?
He's all right. We
Yeah,
can
who
do
else
that.
do you like better?
Wasn't
Rust.
he on a different team last year?
Yes, he was in Calgary last year. Astute
Ru-
knew me.
yeah, he's
Puck
good.
guy. Love it.
I like how Nez is just like, okay, Rust. No, I like Rust, and then John's just like, yep. So Johnny Hockey. It is.
I mean, that's too good of a nickname to pass over.
Is it just Johnny Hockey because his name's Johnny and like they're just it's the
Johnny
like,
Football, and
yeah,
it's
just
Johnny.
going off of Johnny Football or what?
There you go. There's your love, Numi. There's your hug in the comments section right there.
Good job, Chip. Chip taking. Ooh, I really like
Appreciate you, Carlos.
Chitrin. How do you say that name?
Chitrin. Yeah. Wait, hold up.
Jimmy.
I want to try this.
Jimmy.
It's definitely not Jitrin.
No, isn't it? Yeah, Chai. You got it, Nez. That's what I
I
want to
said.
say. Chitrin.
Oh,
Clayton
shit.
Mitch Keller is the pick if we want to go off the model.
Clayton Mitch Keller. You have to.
Clayton
You have
Keller.
to take him
Dude,
for
Clayton
now.
Keller was the guy I told you had his own license plate on his car. I
Yeah.
don't think we can trust a guy
Well,
like
Patrick Lane, I think, is probably better, right?
Line.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and Line feels nice paired with Giroux. That's why I made you take Giroux, because I knew it was a nice little backdoor
made in
little
America.
stack there. You know?
You're smart. I like that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, here you go. Blake's telling you guys how to do it. Jacob Chikrin.
Chikrin.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. I would
Yeah,
have
'cause
never
that's-
guessed
Yeah,
that's a
because
chick.
that's close.
I see the Y. I didn't know the Y could make that sound. That's great. Chikrin. Spitting
he's
Chikrins.
he's pretty nice. I hope he gets traded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To who?
I don't know. Like, it's just like there's a lot of rumors about him potentially being moved, and I think he wants out, and nobody wants to be in Arizona, right?
No, they don't. No, they
Yeah,
don't.
and he's like a really nice. I mean, as a hockey player, like my buddies are really close friends with Troy Stetcher, who plays on the team, and like he bought a house down there that's like super affordable comparative to like Vancouver. like golf memberships, the whole deal, like 5K come out buzzing every night. No one in the town knows you. You just live your life. He's
nice.
like, it's amazing, like comparatively, like the lifestyle and stuff.
In Arizona?
Yeah.
Dude, Arizona's kind of sick. Like,
oh, I love Arizona.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Really
Scottsdale's dope.
Yeah, some really cool terrain there. Let's turn off the green button. Make my life easier here.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Thank
Do we have
you.
a lean on Tendies tonight? Like, do we like,
Oh.
is there one that the model really likes that we
No, I
should be
outsourced
trusting up?
tendies. I outsourced the
Chick-fil-A
Tendi
probably
projections.
to 101.
No.
I think
Macdo is
Toronto
baby.
were I'm guessing Penguins
they're gone.
goalie just went right.
Yeah,
No.
Toronto and Igor went already.
Yeah, so if we want to get ahead of it, I think
Casey DeSmith.
is he starting? I would like to take DeSmith.
I don't think he's confirmed starting.
Ooh, that's tough.
But,
Unconfirmed.
That's tough.
Yeah. Why don't we go get weird here and go with a little Ducks action and like take like a Ducks guy?
That's on you. I've got no ducks in my outputs. Literally,
Okay, let's take
or
Morgan
Zegras.
Riley with-
I got Zegras.
Yeah,
Shit.
of course. Yeah.
What
It's
do you
all
mean? Of
good.
course I
Wait,
did.
Yeah, because he's the sickest player ever.
Then
He's
why didn't you
so
take
dirt
him?
nasty. Well, that's who I was referring to when I said my Duck stuff. But now, yeah, we
Damn it.
effed this one up. Morgan Riley's having a tough year too. Morgan Riley, Vancouver guy, North Vancouver guy, like was really sick when he was young, obviously. But he's now engaged to or married to. So there were like these two Canadian ice dancers, right? Scott and Sarah, and they won like gold,
Not
like
figure
back-to-back
skaters. They're
Olympics.
ice dancers.
Ice dancers. It's like, well, it's the same thing, but it's like a
Okay.
different like discipline. So
Okay.
it's like I don't know how to explain
It's
it.
scored
It's-
differently. I think you
It's
could
scored
probably
differently.
say.
It's like
Yeah.
whatever, right? And they
She
had like a
just-
reality TV show and whatever, and the whole world or like the whole
Oh.
Canadian bubble of the world was cheering for those two to be like they've been best friends since they're 5. They're gonna be married. They like let's believe in true love. They dance so elegantly on the ice, and then fucking Morgan Riley comes in here and just scoops her ass off.
That's
And,
hilarious.
like he was like all the little like paparazzi associated with it, like the girls were not about it. Like they were like,
Oh,
"No,
not
no,
Morgan
true
Riley.
love, yeah, not Morgan Riley. Come on, like."
Oh my, that's funny.
I think ice
Yeah.
dancing is like
Oh,
with two people.
we like
I
Schmaltz.
think you have to have two
We
people
love
to be an
Schmaltz.
ice dancer. Let me check this out.
we like Schmaltz.
Oh, we love Schmaltz. We've got Schmaltz
Schmaltz-
over Raquel.
Schmaltz has the easiest puck nickname of all time because he's already got the Z at the end, where it's Smoltzy, you know, like because
Schmaltzy.
everything's E, right? Like
Yeah.
everything, yeah.
Schmaltzy's, yeah, that's simple.
Schmaltzy, Kartzies, Warnsies, Mitchie.
All right, here's
Johnny
your newbie fact that
Lindsay.
no one wants to know.
What?
Ice dancing is always done in pairs. No just throws are allowed. Figure skating
Mhm.
focuses more on jumps, lifts, death spirals, and spins.
Yeah,
That's
there
true.
you go. Perfect. Yeah.
Look at that. Blake
Those-
knows. Of course,
Yeah,
he
well,
knows.
that's-
the hockey
you
guy. Of
you
course,
said
he
that.
knows.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure ice dancing was
I think he's
was like
hockey.
a sub thing in the figure skating club because there was
Exactly.
ice dancers, and my
Yeah.
sister did it like a little bit, but when it's just themselves, yeah, figure skating, a little triple sow cow action, huh?
Oh,
Chip,
the
Chips
people.
tonight. It's gonna be so funny. He's
Um,
literally
okay.
only taking players that I say.
Chip.
that's great.
Yeah.
So
That's
if
why-
Chip wins, then
That's why
you
he
should
took my
expect a
boy. He took
Venmo.
Zegras.
Guys,
Chip
I don't
is
know who's
literally
gonna
just
play
here to burn
Tendy
money.
tonight.
This
but I
sucks
think
a
we
little
should
bit.
take the Arizona Tendy.
Yeah, Chicago's
and
not
I-
good, right?
And I think if
Nah,
you guys can
Blackhawks
say
suck.
this name, you got to go for it.
Okay, hold on. Let me get
All
it. Let me get it big.
Carol Vegemelka.
Vegemelka, he says.
Vimelka.
Vimelka.
Is it Vimelka?
Karel.
Karel Vimelka.
I'm gonna go with
And
Carol.
he's a
That's my-
machine. Look
that's
at all
my
those
main man,
saves.
Carol.
Oh, that save
Dude, look at
percentage is
that.
out of this world.
Yeah, he makes a lot of saves because he just gets fucking peppered every night. Nobody stands in front of anything. They're like, fuck it, we're in Arizona, baby. We're going golfing tomorrow.
They say that the Arizona little college place that they play is the Ford Field of hockey.
Oh my god.
Yes, I'm screenshotting that after the stream.
Look, Mia. Look what the comment I got on screen or on stream today.
There we go. All right, what do you guys say we rip one last puck and call it a day? I want to put the model to the test here.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, we
you
gotta
think
give
the
it at
model?
least two tries.
You think the model is ready for the 25 bean? Actually, I think it'll be harder to fill.
It will be harder to fill, but I'm gonna be in there. I feel good. I feel.
Oh,
real
here
good
we
about
go. Perfect. One more spot. Get in here.
Once we get some goalies confirmed, maybe I'll ape in
Yeah, there we go.
to the dual entry.
What goalie do I take?
Chip, I outsourced the goalie stuff. I don't know. I outsource it, and they say it doesn't matter, but I
His stats like horse
dressing. What? What is
so
that?
Good. It's like where you like make them like dance and stuff. You never been to a rodeo?
Do I look like I've been to a rodeo?
Dude, you live in Dallas.
I know. I
Come
should.
on.
I should. Wait, what happened? I thought I
Put
took
on your buckle. Go play it out.
Maybe that was 2 nights ago. Sorry, I was gonna say I took
That was brutal. I know nothing.
Wait, what the heck? I thought I got screwed the other night with Marc-Andre Fleury. Maybe that was on Tuesday.
And then they swapped or something?
Yeah, I think I got saved somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, either way, guys, I'm +6 in the last 2 days in combined in hockey. $6.
Wow.
So.
+6 heater.
Easy.
Heat check.
Sergey Bobrovsky put up
nice.
a
Good
nice
pronunciation.
22.8 and I had Evander Kane. That was easy. That was easy money. He was going way too cheap yesterday. Oh, it's Sid the Kid.
Sid the Kid? You like Sid the Kid tonight? The model likes Sid?
Everybody likes Sid tonight. He's like -205 for 0.5 points tonight. So
love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's the best odds right now on DK.
Appreciate you, Chip.
Thanks, Chip.
Dice rolling the bucks.
Matt says I do look like I've been to a rodeo. I have that vibe. I lean into the look. Is this a rodeo announcer's stash? I guess so.
It is, man. You look all hat, no cattle to me, though.
You'd be correct. I couldn't have cattle. I wouldn't want to get rid of them. You know, it's like, well, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Can Yellowstone it up?
One of my hometown buddies actually is a dairy farmer. And I've actually milked cows before. Like,
what?
Straight up. Yeah.
You've got hand on the teat before?
Well, no. Yeah, there was like a couple like you could go, but mainly it was hook the things up to the
and they got pumps.
But there were some that needed to do the hand milking because it was a little too sensitive. So
you got to get it started.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just get it started with the hand. You know,
it was funny because it was like our teacher was kind of like, you need to like for extra credit do something that you normally wouldn't do. And we all like looked at
milk teats.
Let's all go out.
You guys know any pregnant cows we can squeeze the tits of?
There's like 10 of us in that class. We're all buddies. We're all out there. We all come back. We all have pictures of us like doing this. We're like, look, we all did it. And she's like, well, that's, it's not exactly what I had in mind, but it fits. So
yeah, that was the coolest.
Okay, that's probably true. Yeah, we'll
go
for the pins tonight.
Like my sister lives on a farm and they live down the road from their cousins are dairy farmers down the road. And I grew up playing hockey with those guys. And like we would go have like house parties or whatever. And like their alarms would go off at like 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m. And we'd be like, what the hell are you doing? And they'd be like, oh, we got to milk. And be like, dude, we've been drinking beers for like we've been drinking beers for like 5 hours. He's like, yeah, milking schedule 3 a.m. And they're just like all banged up, would just go out to the barn and start like milking. And we'd be like, what
amazing.
You're all just sloshed at 3 a.m.
This has got.
I'll bet he won't get going.
All right, let's do Letang.
Has to be.
I like it.
Letang won us money last time.
Did he?
It was weird. You sent me the model. I downloaded it. He sent me it. I downloaded it. I loaded it up. The only thing that I could get on for players was just I could only sort by PIT. There was nothing else I couldn't. That was early edition.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So It's weird. It's like a 4-game slate, but there's only that one Pittsburgh team on there. So
You know, I love Rust if we want to go triple Penguin. But
Sure. Is Rust playing on? Does the model say he's on the first line?
yes.
Okay.
the outdated model does.
Let's see what the model says for real. Yeah, he's definitely not on that line.
Oh, it's not, dude. Ricard
So
Raquel.
that's what I was saying. The outdated one.
The update, yeah. I think Nez's model's broken with this
Rust
Rust
meta.
input.
Rust-
Hey, check that PP though. Check that PP. I think he's on PP1.
PP1?
That would
Let's
save
see.
me.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's not on PP1.
bro, hold on.
Nice
That's-
model.
I think Daily Faceoff is actually behind. Hold on.
Yeah,
Nez's
Nez's
model
model's been
can't be
working
bad.
overtime. There's no way it's incorrect.
There's absolutely no shot. Let me check. If Russ has better shot on goal over 2.5 versus
Corsi?
Raquel.
Isn't that what
Shit.
Corsi means, whatever? Yeah, see, now we have to worry about line swaps. This is why puck is not great, dude. We have to worry about people swapping lines. We have to check lines and stuff. I'd rather a dude have a midday queue.
Probably should have went Patrick Kane. I'm surprised Kane is still available here. Did something happen, or do people just not like him for a good reason?
He's probably a Blackhawk. Yeah, no longer good.
That's all right. We got good options
Patrick
here.
Kane is on my model popping pretty good.
I mean, yeah, he's against the Coyotes,
Yotes.
the Yotes,
The what?
the Yotes.
You call them
Yeah.
Yote? Is that their name?
Yeah,
We
just
have a
check morning skate. That's true.
We might get Raquel back to us, which would be Fuego.
It's in beta mode right now.
Now
Rob,
he doesn't have
so-
the real axe.
He
So
doesn't
that's
have
what I'm
the
saying.
real
He
thing.
clearly
It's just
frauded
the
me out
beta.
of it because I only have the Penguins and
It's a test
the
case,
wrong
yeah.
lines. So dude is actually just he's throwing me off his scent is what he's doing.
You'll get your turn. You'll get your turn.
You get my turn.
Just be patient.
Okay, I'll get my turn at $6.
If Raquel is there, you just go onslaught.
I think it's Patrick Kane if he's there.
Oh yeah, it is.
All right.
I mean,
that's a little too good to pass up.
Smash century right there, right?
Yeah.
Smash the century.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Do we have a D-man already?
No.
We could load
Well,
him
actually,
up
no, we
with
do. We
a-
have the Tang. We have the Tang.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to take 2 D-men. That's a no-no.
You
Is
can
it?
get different that way.
I
You
thought
certain
ones-
I thought if they're like high, like a Dougie Hamilton and like someone like guys that can be offensive D-men and still get like blocks.
Yeah,
Like, it's viable, right? But I think in theory you're right. 2 D-men isn't the ideal.
Yeah, it's got to be a special case.
Would 2 D-men kind of be like 2 tight end, or is that not even close?
I think that's
Yeah, I think
fair.
that's a good comp. I think it's a good comp.
All right, it's Raquel, dude. Or do
Yeah,
you not
we're
want to
just
go 4
going-
Pens? I
We're
think
going Pens onslaught here.
yeah. Penguins over
Penn's
Ducks all
onslaught,
day.
and then the only goal scored on line 2, Rust. Let's go.
Russ is good. Russ is good. You
it's
could feel
okay.
good about Russ.
1v1.
I picture this. Little breakout of their own end. Letang behind the net. Letang wheels left. He sees Sid dropping across the middle at his own blue line. Boom, little sauce daddy over the stick. Sauce, little nice pickup by Sid the kid there, kicks it up to his stick, right? Starts wheeling left. Line change on the fly. Rust comes off the bench, fills the void. 2-on-1. Sid coming down the left-hand side. Looks off Rust. Looks fake side. Short side shelf. No. Sauce to the other side. Brian Rust bangs it in. Boom. Letang apple. Sid the kid. Apple. Rust.
Apple.
Gino, buddy.
That's
Picture
great.
this.
I'm picturing it, and I've seen it. Is
A
Gino?
nice little breakout, a nice
I'm
little
trying to
kick up
figure
to
out
the
how
stick,
hockey
a
works,
little
so I'm still
wheel.
trying to figure out how all that play is going down in my head. Like,
Line change mid fast break.
Yeah, mid fast break. It's the little line change you need there.
Damn. Our Vemelka's gone. So Blue Jackets are gonna give up a ton of shots on goal.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
But that's at the risk of giving up like 5 goals and taking an L.
Yeah, that's true. I will say that still no Austin Matthews, so that does work in our favor.
Okay.
Wow,
What's wrong
we got
with
a little
him?
switch up here, guys. We got a new
somebody
goalie
just
confirmed.
drafted Pamelka, and we get Connor Ingram.
And we get Connor
Karen?
Ingram.
You
Here
mean
we
Karen's
go.
no longer available?
Do you,
So
do you
we're
guys
taking the other
want
guy?
this?
Dude,
I mean,
I don't-
Connor Ingram.
I don't
is a
know.
smash. Wait, don't we
Well,
have
I
a
just meant-
Chicago? We have a Chicago guy in our lineup.
yeah, but
That's
it's
what I
only
was
one.
saying, but it's all good. You just get one shot against them or whatever. He
You
gets a
get points
goal
for
against
shots
him,
on
it's all
goal.
done.
I know. I just aren't we kind of searching?
It's
for
slightly
that
negatively
sweet
correlated.
shutout, like win shutout. I mean, that's just like it's kind of like the put up the tight end spot. Like if you get that shutout win, you need that goalie. Otherwise, no goalie,
Yeah.
no cash. Is that right?
It's
That's
true.
how I seen
Yep,
it.
Yep. It's true.
But it's probably harder to getting
Gino top
It's easier said than done.
Cheese.
top cheese bar Mexico boys. Little kiss the post and in. Little kiss the post and in, huh?
This is why
Oh, that was
people
good.
don't understand
I
hockey.
can't wait to get
It's
in these
another
streets.
language.
Hockey has the coolest language ever. Like football guy talk and like talking personnel and in the trenches and getting downhill and like running shit like that. Like it's fine, but it's not like cool. Baseball's got cool like sick lingo, right? Like, hit a linea, hit a piss missile, like little stuff like that, But hockey's like a whole nother level. It is another language and it's beautiful. But
It's hilarious.
you do sound like a complete and utter idiot when you're like
You do.
like if
You
you guys
Anyone that talks like it, not just you, just anyone
Yeah.
with that lingo. I'm like, can you speak to me like a human?
yeah,
like
like
a
if you guys
human.
had a GoPro on me on the bench last night, you would have been like, this guy's a different human. Like this.
I
doesn't
need it.
fucking make sense.
I need John in the locker room. I need you just
Not
to get
the locker
hot
room.
mic. I need the hot mic just on the bench of you boys just giving whatever you're giving, and I just need to hear it. I just need to hear that for
Yeah.
the background noise.
Guess we'll have to take
would
a
be
trip
good.
up, I guess, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty close.
yeah,
So
here's-
you guys got to get up to me, Nez, and then we'll find our way up there. I'm close to the border.
This is a good point here that GA brings up, like an actual good take. Okay, this dog's going crazy. I got to get out of here. Everybody, enjoy the big game this weekend. Tail those pick'ems, absolute locks of the century. Everybody be hanging out for Numi and Chris and maybe Nez doing the PGA stream 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. Link in the bio in the description there to the Badge Bros on Hinge channel. If you're not playing on Underdog Fantasy, use promo code BADGE and tail those pick'ems. Anything else, gentlemen?
Good luck,
No.
everybody.
We'll see you later.
Good luck, everybody, in the hoop streets, the puck streets, and in the big one there. Justin Watson in the 4th round if you guys want to do, but this dog's going wild.
Smash.
Yeah, and do us a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe on your way out the door if you have not already done so. I'm John. That's Nez. That's Numi. Everybody's favorite time of the show. I can't find the button. The end. Peace.